Sometimes one small thought can change an entire life. Sometimes a simple "maybe I can" becomes the reason someone rises again. This is the story of a boy who learned how powerful a single positive thought can be. There was a boy named Arif. He lived in a small town, in a small house with big dreams, but very little confidence. Every morning, on his way to school, he passed by a big billboard that said, "Your thoughts shape your future." Arif always looked at it, but never believed it. Because his life felt tough. His father worked long hours, but still struggled to pay bills. His mother worried about everything, from money to Arif's future. And Arif, he was scared of failure, scared of trying, scared of hearing people laugh at him. Even in school, whenever teachers asked a question, Arif kept his head down. He always thought, "What if I'm wrong? What if people judge me?" Slowly, this negative thinking became his habit. He stopped trying new things. He avoided challenges. He believed nothing good would ever happen to him. But life had a plan. One day, Arif's school announced a science fair. Every student had to create something, a model, an experiment, or a small invention. The classroom filled with excitement. Students started sharing ideas. Some wanted to build volcano models. Some planned robots. Some wanted to design solar cars. Arif sat quietly, just listening. His best friend, Rafi, nudged him. "Bro, why don't you try something?" Arif shook his head. "I can't. I'm not smart like others." Rafi looked at him and said something that stayed in Arif's mind. "You don't fail because you're not smart. You fail because you think you're not." But Arif still wasn't ready. That evening, he sat alone at home, watching his father come back tired. Even then, his father smiled at him and asked, "How was school today?" Arif thought about lying, saying good, but instead he said softly, "Baba, there's a science fair. But I don't think I can do anything." His father stared at him for a long moment. Then he said one simple line, "If you think you can't, you're already right." Arif looked up, confused. His father continued, "Son, the world will always try to pull you down, but your biggest enemy is your own mind. If your mind doesn't believe in you, no one else will." Those words hit Arif hard. For the first time, he wondered, what if I'm stopping myself? What if my mind is the only thing holding me back? That night, Arif didn't sleep early. He opened his notebook and scribbled ideas. He didn't know what to make. He didn't know how to make anything, but he tried. For the first time in his life, he allowed one positive thought. Maybe I can do something. The next week was chaos for Arif. He tried different ideas. A water pump model failed. A small windmill didn't spin. A battery-powered fan burned the wire. Every failure pushed him back to his old thinking. One evening, tears filled Arif's eyes as he stared at another failed model. He whispered, "I knew it. I can't do anything." At that moment, his mother walked in. She saw the mess, the broken project, the tears. She didn't scold him. She didn't say he wasted time. She simply sat beside him, held his hand, and said, "Son, do you know how water becomes ice? Slowly. Do you know how a seed becomes a tree? Slowly. Good things take time. You're learning. Don't stop. And Arif, remember one thing." She looked into his eyes. "Your thoughts are seeds. If you plant fear, you'll grow fear. If you plant hope, you'll grow success. Arif wiped his tears. For the first time, he felt something new inside him. Strength. He stood up, took a deep breath, and told himself, "Okay, I failed today, but tomorrow, I'll try again." This one positive thought changed everything. Finally, after many days of trying, Arif built a small, simple project, a hand-powered electricity generator made from recycled materials. It wasn't big, it wasn't fancy, but it worked. When he turned the small handle, a little light bulb glowed. And for the first time in a long time, Arif's eyes glowed too. The day of the science fair arrived. Students had big projects, robots, huge models, complicated machines. Arif looked at their projects and felt fear again. His mind whispered, "You're not good enough." But then he remembered his parents' words, Rafi's words, his own promise to himself. He placed his small project on the table and smiled. Not because he thought he would win, but because he believed. "I tried, and that's enough." When the judges walked around, they stopped at Arif's table. One of them asked, "Who helped you build this?" Arif said softly, "No one. I taught myself." The judge smiled. "You made this from recycled materials, and it works with hand power? That's impressive." Arif's heart pounded. No one had ever said something like that to him before. After the fair, during the prize ceremony, Arif didn't expect anything. He didn't even listen properly, until he heard it. "Third place, Arif Rahman." For a moment, Arif froze. His friends shouted. Rafi hugged him. His teachers clapped. As he walked on stage to collect the medal, he felt something he had never felt before. Pride. Confidence. A new belief. Maybe I can. That day didn't just give Arif a medal. It gave him something much bigger. A new mindset. From that day forward, whenever life became hard, whenever he felt like giving up, he reminded himself, a positive mind creates a positive life. And slowly, everything changed. His studies improved. His confidence grew. His fear disappeared. Not because life became easy, but because his thinking became strong. And that is the true power of positive thinking. My friend, whatever you're facing today, whatever fear is holding you back, whatever voice in your mind says you can't, just remember one thing. Your mind listens to you more than anyone else. Speak hope. Speak courage. Speak positivity. Because the thoughts you choose become the life you live. If Arif can change his life with one positive thought, so can you.